Hey there, it's E Squared Photography. I'm Erin.
And I'm Emily, and we are here to keep things simple and fun.
Have you maybe heard of an Expodisc or you're starting to think about getting one? Well, we're going to talk about what it's used for, but we also want to share how you actually go about using it with this specific camera.
And make sure to stick around until the end because we have something just for you.
And by the end of this video today, you are going to be much more confident knowing how to set your Expodisc with your Nikon Z7.
And for the best photography tips and tricks, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell for notifications of future videos.
So let's talk about what an Expodisc is. Here is what it looks like. It looks a little bit different on both sides. We'll talk about what this is all about. But an Expodisc is to help you better set your white balance. Rather than using some sort of setting on your camera, you will use your Expodisc to help make your skin tones nice and your whites white. So that's what this is used for.
So a lot of photographers, when they are setting their white balance, they are either using auto white balance, which is totally okay when you're first starting out, or they're using something called Kelvin, which is also totally okay to use. A lot of photographers love that, but we're going to talk about the Expodisc and why we love that for setting our white balance. Okay, so what size do we get when we get an Expodisc? We always get the largest size, and we have linked in the description below the exact Expodisc that we get. But the larger of the one you get, the better off you are because it will fit over all of your lenses. It doesn't have to snap onto your lenses perfectly. It doesn't have to click onto your lenses. It just needs to be able to fit over all of your lenses, and that's why we get the largest one.
And this is actually the 82 millimeter. Okay, so let's dive in and show you how you actually go about setting your white balance using your Expodisc with the Nikon Z7.
So the very first thing is, where do you stand when you're doing it? So whenever we're in a new lighting situation, new location, or if things just look a little off, we are always resetting our Expodisc. Now it seems like, oh my goodness, that's going to take a lot of time. It's going to be a pain in the butt. We thought the same thing too when we first learned about it, but it is super easy once you get the hang of it. Every time you go to a new location or new light is in your area, you are going to set your Expodisc.
Now, if you're just moving your model or your client over a few steps, you do not need to reset your Expodisc every single time in that case.
Right. So what I'm going to do, if I'm the photographer and I am going to be taking pictures of Erin, who is over here, I am actually going to stand over by her, right next to her, about right next to her, or where I'm going to have her stand, and I'm going to place the Expodisc honeycomb side out, and I'm going to place it over my camera lens, just like this.
Now, like we said before, it does not need to actually clip onto the lens. You can just hold it there. If you do have a longer lens or a zoom lens, you might need someone to maybe even help you hold it. We've found that before, but for the most case, you can do this on your own.
Okay, so I am standing next to my client, and I'm going to have the Expodisc over the lens. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to press the little I, the information button, and I'm going to go down to the bottom left-hand corner. And yours might not say pre right now, it might say something different. And up here it's telling me that that's white balance. I'm going to press OK. And I'm going to go in there and just show you. So yours might be set to Kelvin. There's lots of different options here. We want to select pre. So I'm going to select pre and press OK. And then I'm back to this screen. And when I'm back to this screen, I am going to hold down my OK button until I see the little word pre flashing up here. And when I see it up there, then I'm going to click my shutter. So just watch what I'm doing here. So I'm holding down my OK button, I keep holding it, and I keep holding it, and now I press my shutter button, and it should say data acquired. And if it says data acquired, you are good to go, and your white balance is set. Now, before you go and take a picture, it's always a good idea to exit out of this little screen, because otherwise it's going to continue to try to reset your white balance. So I just like to press the little play button here, playback button, and then we're back to, and our white balance is set.
And again, when you are holding that OK button down and click the shutter button, you are still holding the button that says OK down and clicking the shutter at the same time to set your white balance.
Okay, so hopefully that was helpful and answered some questions and has you ready to set an Expodisc with your Nikon Z7. Please comment below with any sort of questions you have in regards to setting your Expodisc with your Nikon Z7, and we can try to answer those the best we can. Again, if you have a different camera body of any sort, it is going to be different with every camera body, so make sure to use good old Google and try to figure out how to set it with your camera. Once you figure it out, it is very, very simple and easy. And we have a little something for you. So if you look in the description below, we have a behind the scenes family session. We filmed an entire family session just for you, so you can watch us from start to finish at a family session and how everything goes, how we talk to our clients, how we pose our clients. So if you're interested in that and seeing us in action, make sure to check that out in the description below.
And if you enjoyed this video today, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with a friend so we know to make more videos just like this one.
And if you don't already, follow us on Instagram at e2photography, and we will see you next time.